How to create your children's book illustrations using Canva, step by step. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can create children's book illustrations in Canva. Now, first we're going to discuss a bit about Canva licensing, whether or not you can legally use these types of illustrations and how you can use them. Now, in Canva, why should you be creating your illustrations? Well, if you're creating storybooks and if you're looking for illustrations, Canva has a lot of preset templates available, and Canva has a very wide array of illustrations that you can find. Now, one thing to note is that we always want to hire someone to create graphics for our books. However, that can be very expensive, and in the meanwhile, when you're trying to start out with your storybooks, you can easily use something like Canva illustrations. Now, whether or not this is legal, well, Canva has a licensing guide already. And in that, if you take any type of Canva content and you are upgrading the content, so if you're merging two content forms together, then you're creating a new form or a new version of that illustration, and that is free to be used within a commercially sold ebook or within a commercially sold book. So, if you're looking to create storybooks for children and you want to use Canva illustrations, Canva is going to be a great way to get started, especially if you are looking to create something that's nice and is going to work for one person. Because even if you don't have a large team to help you with graphics, you can do it all in Canva. So, we're going to get started and start creating our first children's book. Now, I'm going to be taking this little story that I used with ChatGPT, and I'm going to go into canva.com and then I'm going to click on custom size on the top right. Now, I want to create this to be in a square size, so I'm going to go with an 8.5 by 8.5 inches. This is up to your personal preference. A lot of people like to go with the 6 by 9 size. It just depends. I'm going to go with a 12 by 12 inch. So I'm going to click on create new design. And once I've done that, this is going to be my blank canvas on Canva. On the top right, I'm going to add the name of the book. And now it's time to get started. Now on the bottom right, I'm going to click on grid view and I'm just going to copy these grids. Now this just helps me in deciding how many pages I want to create. So my story is pretty short. I'm not going to need a lot of pages. Let's say I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 pages. So if the total number of pages you think that your story requires are 5 to 6, then you're just going to double the number of pages. And the reason why we are doubling the number of pages is because on one page you have the illustration, and on the next page you have the text when you open up a real book. So we're going to create this in the form of a flip book. Now, I'm going to leave the first 2 pages empty because those are the parts where I'm going to create a book cover. And then after that, I am also going to create a index or a chapter section or a dedication, really depends on the type of book. Then from my third page, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to go into elements on the left. Once I go onto elements on the left, I can search for any type of elements. Now, the way that I like to do this is that I like to open up my story and I like to just copy my story like so. And I'm going to start adding my story. So, once upon a time, there is in a magical forest, there was a little bunny. Luna was hopping along when she heard a rustling sound. She carefully stopped, and Luna had a bright orange fur and a friendly smile. So I want all of this to be in one page, and I'm just going to resize this a little. After that, I'm going to select the font from the top left, and you can search for the type of font you want. This one looks really nice for a children's book, so I'm just going to use this. I think this looks a bit too long, so I'm just going to cut this out. And then I'm going to skip one page and then add that to the next, like so. And then I'm going to use the same font again, and I'll just expand it like so. Then, so on and so forth, you can add your story. Now, once you have done adding your story page by page, you can start with Canva illustration. So once you read your story, you're going to have the idea of what you want. So for me, I need to add a bunny and a fox. So for this first, I'm going to search for bunny on the left, and then I'm going to go into graphics. Now, this is your most important step. where you want to find a illustration where you have a lot of different variations of that. So if I open up this bunny, if I click on see all under magic recommendations, I have a few options, but not too many for this particular bunny. So I'm gonna delete this bunny and I'm gonna search for a different one because a lot of these illustrations do have, multiple variants of the same bunny. So I'm going to open this up. This one also does not have some similar variants. I'm going to go with the top one over here. Let's check out this one and I'll click on see all. And you can open up the particular artist and you can see how many illustrations that artist has made. I'm going to click on graphics and I'll search for bunny within that artist. These are all the emotions available. I want a bit more, so I'm going to keep on looking. And this is going to be the most time consuming part of all of this because you have to, really find a character that works for you. So we're going to keep on looking until we find a perfect little bunny. And I'm looking to find something that has a nice amount of character because I want something to, be able to express all the emotions or to be able to express all these scenes that I have. So let's take a look at this one. We don't have many of these. And I'll go into creative visions. I'll search for bunny over here. And this also just has four. So I'm going to keep on looking. We have this one. Yeah, I think we found the bunny. Yeah, I really like this one. So what I'm going to do once I've found the bunny is that I can place it over here. Now, a really simple solution to this is just go onto your second page and load up all the graphics that you have. So I just like to place these all together. And I think these are like very different types of bunnies. There are two variations of bunnies in this. So I'm going to go with the one with these pink cheeks and I'm just going to load up all the character variations that there are. So all the emotions that we have with this particular bunny. And I'm just gonna keep on looking for all of these like so. I'll keep on scrolling. And you guys can see there are actually so many different types of bunnies I could have picked out from. This illustrator has really done a great job. And once I have all the bunnies ready, you can even change the emotion a bit by altering the lines. So once I've done that, I can go into page number 4 and you're going to take the previous page and the story off of it, and you're going to start building around it. So now I'm going to go into the elements on the left again, and I'll search for a forest. And you guys will see there are a bunch of different graphics that are going to be pre-built that are just going to help you in building everything like it is. So this is a great example. So I'm just going to take this forest illustration and I'm just going to expand it like so. And I'm going to ensure that it fulfills the entire page like so. And I'm going to search for bushes and I'll go into graphics and I'll add a couple of bushes over here as well. So just making sure that everything looks nice. And you can even go into the colors and change the coloring of a lot of this stuff to, make it fit a bit better like so. And then I'll just alter the coloring of this. And now I can take my bunny and I'll just click on copy and then paste that in. Now, the next thing you're going to do is because you want everything to look really nice and neat, you're going to take this entire scene and you just want to copy this and paste it on the page previous. So whatever scene it might be, for us, it's just this little forest. So I want to add this forest over here because when it's a flip book, people are going to see both pages and you don't want, one page to be completely empty. You can even go into your recently used and just place that again. And then what I like to do is I like to click on flip it horizontally, and then I can add the forest side like so. And now I'm just gonna do a simple crop on this because I only want a tree section. So we're gonna click on crop. And once we do our little crop like so, I'm just gonna place this over here again. And then I'll just do it one more time. And I'm just gonna merge it out a little. And once I've done that, I can do a right click on show all layers and then place the text on top. Now, the text is not very visible on this, so for that reason, I'm going to go into Elements, take a shape, and you can place a shape behind the text to ensure that your text is nice and visible, like this. I'm just going to place this text, and our first page is ready. Now, once we have our first page ready, it's time to start moving towards our next page. So in the same way, you're gonna design each and every page. You can click on your grid view. This is what it's gonna look like for your viewers or for your readers when they're reading it in a flip book or a printed book. And just like that, you can create your children's storybooks using Canva and Canva illustrations. The way that you have structured these illustrations with multiple different items merged together is going to ensure that there are no licensing issues and you can proceed with selling or creating ebooks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.